Hi, gorgeous. So I was talking with a girlfriend about the docuseries on America's Next Top Model. And because this channel is about like fashion and body image and health and beauty, I thought I would just share a few thoughts here, a few of my thoughts here that might be unpopular thoughts to what everyone else has out there. And I'm also going to, I think this weekend, do a bigger think piece about it on my blog because on my blog is where I feel like I can really feel be completely free and share my thoughts. Um, but what I have to say might be a little bit unpopular than what everyone else is saying. But first, I want to share a story. So a true story of me. um, I grew up extremely conservative, and I was homeschooled. My slits would be sewn up on my skirt. I belonged to um, this type of religion where it was family centered, so we called all the adults, we called like our aunts and our uncles. Um, and there was a lot of talk about modesty, and I received a lot of messages about my body, especially personally. I received a lot of messages about my body, and conversations would be had with me about the way I was dressing, how it was, attracting attention from uncles, which I really don't think it was. I think it was perhaps some of the women saying that in terms of how it was. But end thing was growing up, I felt ugly. I felt about my body. The word that I was about to say was revolted. Um, I also didn't look like anyone. Um, where we lived, it was mostly, the people mostly looked like this and not like this. Um, and um, there is a song by Christina. I think Christina Aguilera that came up with. She was like, "You are beautiful, just like what they say." Um, And I rewrote the song to I'm ugly, just like they say, words always tear me down. Um, because whether the words are being actually said or whether that's how I internalized about my body and my body image. And my shoulders were so wide, people would ask if I played football. My feet, my feet were size 11 running shoes, so I'm short and 5'3", very long. I call them Ronald McDonald feet. I would draw pictures of how ugly my body was. And this is back in the days I could actually draw, but I would draw like these things. And so when I saw Tyra Banks walking down the Victoria's Secret runway, that was the first time I could cry about it. That was the first time that I had ever seen a Black woman just carry herself like she was expensive, like she glowed, like she had complete agency over her body. Like, I didn't know women could be like that. and it completely took my breath away. And I was like, I'm going to become Tyra Banks. Now, you know, I do take things really deep here on this channel. And ultimately, if you think of different women as different types of wine, I didn't even know there was forecasting until a time of become Tyra wine in terms of the same energy content of our bodies are actually like extremely like the same. But yeah, I had never seen anything like that. And now I know that Tyra said that before she went to Paris, she studied each brand and that's what she put into her walk, right? She studied everything, she executed, and that's what she put into her walk. Um, but that was the first time. And when you think about it, all the other women wearing lingerie was not like a lot of them just wore lingerie. They didn't strut down the stage wearing lingerie. They just wore the lingerie. It was Tyra, the way Tyra did the Victoria's Secret catwalk. Every single model after followed. I remember seeing a old fashion show video of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and there's a model looking at Tyra Banks walking down the catwalk. I'm like, who's that model? That model was Adriana Lima, who was looking at Tyra Banks walking, right? And now Adriana Lima is known for her own walk, right? And so that, um, yeah, that was the first time. And what I found out, I think I only found this out like a year ago or a year or two ago. And because my videos have to be 15 minutes long on YouTube, I'm not going to be able to share my full think piece on everything. So if you want to hear my thoughts, I know I haven't gotten to Docuseries yet. If you want to hear my thoughts, definitely check out the blog. I'll post it below in the comments once it's written. Um, but I discovered that when Tyra first auditioned to Victoria's Secret, she was um she was they turned her down. They turned her away because they didn't have, and a lot of black actresses will tell you this, or like I should say a lot of actresses who are black which will tell you this. They didn't have the right hairstylist, and that's so the hairstylist didn't know what to do with Tyra's hair. So when Tyra first auditioned to Victoria's Secret, she was turned away. And when so Tyra pleaded with her agent for a year for rebooking with. Okay, so my microphone died, so I have that charging right now, but hopefully the camera's not too far away. I moved a little bit closer, so hopefully you should be able to hear me. So Tyra asked her agent if, pleaded with her agent for a year to be able to get another booking for Victoria's Secret. On the day of her Victoria's Secret booking, she went to, she called for a hairstylist to come on over, and the hairstylist came over at like 5 a.m. and did her hair, and then she went to the Victoria's Secret booking, and this time she booked it, and Tyra said that was the last time she ever had to hire her own hairstylist. The docuseries starts off with Ebony talking about when she went to go get her hair cut, how no one knew what to do with her hair, and they were literally making jokes about carving her name in her hair, and they gave her 3 bald patches, and I was like, that's a place Tyra 1,000% could have intervened in. Also, the shoot, there was a shoot where this model was given that literally reenacted the scene in which her mom was shot. That should have never have happened. And well, there was several things that should never happened. And the thing with Shandi, I almost don't want to say anything about that topic, and I think I'll just write about that on my blog. I already said it. So within reality TV, there has been time and time and again where people are given too much to drink and things happen. This has happened, like Real Housewives did a whole documentary on it. This is not just something that just happened solely on America's Next Top Model. This is something that's still happening today. And I think we have to really have this big accountability because everyone's pointing the finger at Tyra, who at the end of the day was even thrown off of being the host of America's Next Top Model. She came up with the idea and she was thrown off of it. So it shows you just how much like ownership she had of that. The fact she was thrown off her own show. And we live in a sensation, not saying there's not places she could have interjected, but we live in a sensationalist thing where we're all pursuing clicks. We're all pursuing, okay, how can I get the most clicks? How can I try it to the next level? How can I like get here, here, and here, and here, and here? And I don't think the docuseries reflected that in terms of like, we need to take accountability. Maybe it wasn't a docuseries job, but like we as a society, we don't need to because we're not. We get paid off of the clicks. We get paid off of the sensationalism, and this creates this. So I guess my open question is like, what's the difference between what's the word I'm trying to say? Molarity, like morbid morals, and what's the difference between sensationalism? But anyway, I also wanted to keep this a fashion moment. So Tyra, there was a Victoria's Secret magazine cover in which she was wearing this. And so I used to work at Victoria's Secret, and when this came out, I fell in love. So yeah, in honor of Tyra, I didn't have the money. I put on my Victoria's Secret card at the time, but I was like, I remember I saw Tyra Banks on the cover of Victoria's Secret catalog wearing a leopard print robe. So this is my fashion moment. It's leopard print. And if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts about this, definitely check out my think piece on Tyra Banks below, as well as my mindset, wellness, and workout plans called The Legs of a Goddess. Thanks for watching.